Good morning, gentlemen. My name is Micah Scott, and I'm a staff member here at Louisiana Boys State. I'm so excited to be a part of this memorable week with all of you. As we bring this convocation to a close, I wanted to take a few minutes to talk through some expectations that will set you up for a successful week. First, nothing that we do at Boys State is random or unplanned. The staff and your counselors have spent months putting together a program that we believe will both educate and inspire you. Boys State is and has always been a laboratory of government and politics where young men learn by doing. I want to emphasize that last part. Learn by doing. It's an active phrase. You may have come in with the outlook that a virtual program wouldn't be engaging. You'd be wrong. To be clear, just like many of you, our team has spent the last year in virtual classes, working from home, and buried in online assignments. So when we approached planning this week, we had a long list of things we knew we didn't want to do and a host of ideas for how we could break the mold on a typical virtual session. We created the format that you're about to experience, where we present you with an idea, provide some context, give instructions, and then get out of the way as fast as possible to let you collaborate with each other. With that said, consider my next few points. First, the schedule. We've realized over the years that things work better when we expect you to be leaders and tell you what's going on ahead of time. Your counselors will review each day's schedule with you in the daily briefings and debriefings. Also, at any time, you can click on the schedule icon on the top right of your screen, and that day's schedule will be available to you. That being said, this isn't an invitation for you to plan out ways to skip parts of the program. You've committed to being here, and we expect you to show up on time to all sessions. You'll receive several breaks throughout the day where you're encouraged to stretch your legs, walk outside for a minute, get a snack, grab some water, do a few push-ups, whatever loosens you up. You'll get an hour-and-a-half lunch break every day, and we don't expect anything of you except to return ready to work on time. The second point is the rules of engagement. If they haven't already, your counselors will review the Boys State rules of engagement with you. It covers our expectations about how to interact with each other through the virtual platform. Things like keeping your camera on at all times, using the chat and raise hand feature, and being cognizant of the language you use and the images you may present. Think of this as our standard operating procedure. It's the closest thing to rules that you'll see this week, and they should be followed. The third point is decorum and respect. Boys State is a safe space where we allow the expression of everyone's views and foster a culture of respect. Now, this doesn't mean we're asking you not to disagree or to keep those disagreements to yourself. It's perfectly fine to offer counter opinions, debate ideas, or occasionally agree to disagree. In fact, we encourage it. A culture of respect just means that Boys State is a space where we hold each other to a higher standard. We give respect and get it in return. Anything other than that will not be tolerated. Now, lastly, before we transition, I want to say this. Our program every year has a central theme that focuses what we do. This year's theme is a new way to lead. Over the past year, we've seen the way we live completely upended. Proven strategies and policy were no match for circumstance. And this isn't the first time this has happened. Think back to your history lessons about the founding of America, the abolition of slavery, the stock market crash of 1929, and the Great Depression that followed it, World War II, and the attacks on September 11, 2001. All of these things shook conventional wisdom. Leaders had to be creative, come up with new solutions, and try things that had never been done before. Our goal is to encourage you to think this way as you develop as a leader, to shake off what might feel comfortable and stretch yourself to lead creatively. At Boys State, we don't aim to teach you what to do. You're not going to see us try to force you towards an answer. No, we aim to challenge what you thought was possible. Gentlemen, this week is about you. We've consistently told our citizens that you get out of Boys State what you put into Boys State. That means if you treat this like a chore, it'll feel like one. And if you treat this like an opportunity, it'll be one. You see, we're not asking you guys to meet us halfway. We're asking you to come with us all the way. Dive in 100%, and I guarantee that at the end of the week, you'll be glad you did. Thank you for your attention.